Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Brock the Collector here, coming back to you with another video, and it is that time of year again. We are here with the annual Star Wars Black Series collection video. This year, I've added a little under 100 figures to this shelf, most of them being new releases. I did backtrack a little bit, but all in all, I know I say this every single year, but I really am done backtracking for new stuff. But as for now, here we go. I have updated the display a little bit. It's still basically the same basic format that you guys have been seeing for the past couple years, or at least last year, but I have changed up a lot of stuff. You guys will notice quite a bit of difference in the meantime. And as of course, it's always my favorite iteration whenever I've changed it up. But let's start over here with the sequel section. Over here, you're gonna notice a lot of Disney stuff. So if you're allergic, avert your eyes. But here all my sequel figures, haven't added much. I went to a comic shop and picked up, or a toy store, and picked up that Executioner figure for about 10 bucks. And I also picked up this First Order TIE Pilot figure as well. But all in all, I think all the other figures here you guys have seen. Love those Elite Praetorian Guards. Come back into relevancy, actually, with the Mandalorian, haven't they? I personally like the Last Jedi version better. That's a rare sentence. You don't hear that said very often. But yeah, okay, and here are some sequel characters down there. I've moved, this is all of my, like, offshoot Mandalorian stuff. I've become kind of disillusioned with all the Mandalorian figures. You know, it's just a lot, and I'd personally prefer to get more figures from, you know, the Dark Horse comics and books, stuff like that. Other stuff like the publishing line and other things like that are a bit more exciting, but Mandalorian stuff is great, and these are all very good figures, but there's no reason to have all these Mandos in one place. So, and once that new body comes, I think I'll start phasing some of these out. But as for now, there you go. Ray on Speeder back there is pretty cool. This place is mostly the same. Do really still like that Archive Harrison Ford. Here we got, I love Luke Skywalker. I love Luke in black, as I've said, but also this is probably my least favorite Luke in black figure I got up here. This is the training version, and that's only because of the head sculpt. I don't like the head. I just don't think that looks much like him. But yep, that's pretty cool. Little mini Ahsoka place. This is where most of my Ahsoka figures are kind of spread out throughout this shelf. I don't have all of them. Like, I don't have most of the Inquisitors. Actually, I don't have any of the Ahsoka Inquisitors. I don't have Balin or Shin. I'm only picking up Balin, Shin, and Marok. I don't think I'm buying, at least not for full price, but I do like this Sabine, though. Pretty freaking cool. Let me turn on these bottom lights down here again. Here you got my solo characters. Do like these guys. I still don't have Tobias or Rio or L3. But honestly, those guys are expensive nowadays. I'm not trying to go for all that now, bruv. Alright. Moving on. I got most of my Jedi Fallen Order / Jedi Survivor people over here. This is where that's going to be, because at first I didn't really have an organized place for them, but now I've decided to put them over here. Elevated the Snowspeeder and put this triple tier acrylic up here. So of course, as always, there's our beautiful Snowspeeder with Luke Skywalker and Dak Ralter in there. That is my first Snowspeeder Luke. I do have another one, but that's the first one I ever had. Never taken it out of there ever since I picked up the Snowspeeder. So there's the Battle Droid, Cal Kestis, nice looking figure. I do think that the head sculpt on that one is a bit soft though. No, it's not the best looking head. Got most of my Kenobi figures back there. I got the pieces from the crate display back there as well. But that's the Kenobi Vader. I would like to wait for Revenge of the Sith Vader to be made though. I'd like to see how that one would look compared to the rest. But yeah, there we go. Picked up Luthen Rail and Vel on sale. I'm actually rewatching Andor right now. I'm on episode, I think I finished episode 10, so I'm almost done with it. I'm really enjoying it again so far. Got some of the Rogue One people looking real nice, real nice. And Fist Nest and Doc Ondor. I forgot to mention these guys. Yeah, Rogue One crew. Here's what some of the good amount of new figures are. That's the new Ahsoka Rebels, the new Ahsoka Ezra. Not incredibly, it's not like a picture like complete translation into live action from the Rebels costume, because there are some details missing, like, you know, the yellow stripe at the zipper on the chest and everything like that. But honestly, it is faithful. It's faithful to the Ahsoka show, at least in the hologram, so I'll take it. There's the Darth Vader, the Kenobi Vader. He's always getting messed up. You know, Vader is always getting... This is not... Even in or even in Rebels, that wasn't the first time you've seen Vader have one half of his mask slashed off. But most of the time, his mask is actually slashed off on the right side of his face, not the left. So Kenobi was interesting with the left. I know that in a Dark Horse comic, Sui Choi, the Jedi Master, sliced off half of Vader's mask and you could see his eye. But that was also the left side, or the right side, just like how Ahsoka had done. But I do really like this figure, and of course, even if it's the wrong side of the mask, technically that is slashed, I was always going to have it over here next to this Ahsoka, and I'm loving that. And then, of course, one of the other best figures that they've released this year, this Rebels Darth Maul. It's probably my favorite Star Wars Black Series Darth Maul. Or sorry, the Gaming Grade Small. This is the cloak from the Luke Skywalker light cruiser, by the way. There's some more Jedi Fallen Order, this one is. I have a random clone commando back here. I have like 5 clone commandos. I picked up 1 for full price, and then the rest of the 4 I got for like less than half off. Walmart was selling them for like $12 just a few weeks back. So I picked those up. So I threw this guy back here for no reason. But yeah, he's just back there for no reason. But I do have plenty of space back here for more characters. Hopefully more comic characters, though, I'd imagine, to add to go alongside these two. This is Dr. Aphra and the comic Black Chrysanthemum. Here's the Wampa. And these are the 2 from the 2-pack. Do really love those. So here we go. These are all Rebels characters. Mynock back there. That Mynock is from the Galactic Creatures pack, by the way. Back there is some Hoth Troopers. I think you guys have seen all those before. The Ahsoka Hera, which I am having as a stand... Oh, almost knocked over my whole Rebels section. The Ahsoka Hera, which I am having as a stand-in for a Star Wars Squadrons Hera. And I do have Cobb Vanth over here because he is acting as a stand-in for a sort of Aftermath Cobb Vanth. You know, the Aftermath books, he was featured in those. And I do like those. I'm actually planning on rereading them, but I'm rereading Rogue Squadron right now. Or re-listening to, I put its audiobooks. And I would like to have Rogue Squadron, or at least a Corran Horn figure over here. And of course, the main villain of the first few Rogue Squadron books. But you guys, I've talked about her enough. There's Andor, the Imperial disguised version. Okay, now we're transitioning into probably my favorite part of my shelf, which is my original trilogy-ish sort of characters. Well, let's start from back there. So that's the Infinities Darth Vader and the Princess Leia Disney Comics Leia. Then we got Han Solo and Carbonite. I do have the Jabba, but you guys will see where he is over there. I did not have enough space to put the Jabba over here. That was the plan, to sort of have Jabba be up here. But, yeah, no, did not have the space for him. I basically tore this shelf down damn near trying to find the space for Jabba's big ass to go. And it just didn't work over here, but, you know, that just is how it is. Got a Rebel Commando. I plan to have another one by this point in time, but I just had trouble paying $33.99 for it again. If it goes down on sale, I'll probably get it, but that won't be this year. Y'all were able to see it, unfortunately. Got Paploo on the speeder bike. For the longest time, I just had the speeder bike, no Paploo on it, but thank God they released this Paploo again, and now I finally got him on the speeder bike, which is very nice looking. Love the Force Ghost set. I did a whole video on this set. I really do like the Star Wars Black Series Force Ghost, I'm not going to lie. But again, I will say, we needed a Sebastian Shaw head for that Anakin. We needed one, man. Got more Ewoks and the Ewok Village Leia over here. Again, more Ewoks would go over here. I'm surprised, like, this is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, but they really did not milk the Ewoks nearly as much as I thought that they were going to. They didn't even use this Ewok sculpt again to make a new character. But at least they did give us Wicket. And that's a really nice one. I love this Wicket. It's so cool. Moving on, this group here is in similar poses, but you can see this is the 40th anniversary R2-D2. Looking real cool. Moving up here, I put my Boba Fett over here for the time being. He's a floater. He ends up in different spots all over the shelf. And I got Jackson next to him, because these two were in the same are in similar costumes in the same comic, I believe. Star Wars Adventures, of course. And got Skipguard Lando back there. Then moving back here, last year I only had 4 back here, but I have finished off my Cantina Band. I got the other ones for like $10. I believe it was just Christmas last year. So yeah, pretty cool. Moving down, we got some pilots here. Again, I would love more Rebel pilots. They don't really, I mean, they could be going a lot harder on Rebel pilots. Come on, we should at least have the original Rogue Squadron members by now. Like, we don't have, got no Biggs Dark Lighter, no Jack Porkins. Let's get a Gold Leader even. Gavin Dark Lighter, but that's going into Rogue Squadron again, the books. So here we have, this is an area of my shelf that I really have changed and I'm really proud of. We have like the sort of center of the original trilogy era. So starting at the back, we have the Bounty Hunters, Vader's squad. I would really love to see the Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett with that updated, on that updated body. Would be real cool. And we got Darth Vader there. I really do love this Darth Vader. I'm actually surprised by how much I like it. It's pretty awesome. I love that they've incorporated the vertical hinges onto this Vader. You just need to get some new legs up onto him. But that's pretty sick. I do also wish that the head, though, was like more gray. But that's really cool looking. And then one of my absolute favorite figures, the Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight. And of course, I do have another one as the centerpiece over there. But that figure is so good, I picked up 2. I have the second one over here in the sort of Battlefront 2015 appearance where he still just has, he doesn't have the white flap out yet. Leia. Rebel Trooper I picked up at a comic shop for $20, but it doesn't have the original head on it. That's the head that came in. It's hard to tell, but that's actually the head under there that came with the Death Star Squad. Death Squad. Whatever it is. From the figure, the Death Squad Trooper, Death Star Trooper. I would love to get more New Hope people. Like, we got to get A New Hope figures, like 2024 technology for A New Hope figures. Although I will admit, I don't like this thing that they've been doing with not giving figures thigh swivels. Bring that back when you make the New Hope team. But for now, these are probably some of my favorite looks for the originals. My favorite actual looks for each Chewbacca, Han Solo, Leia are actually this Chewbacca. That's my favorite Chewbacca. This is my favorite Leia, the Hoth Leia. And I'd say either the Bespin or the Hoth is my favorite Han. Or Bespin or Endor, sorry. And of course we got Luke there, similar pose, the destroyed Vader mask. The Dagobah R2, you can definitely see the difference there. Look at how much better that one looks. That's not bad. Got a little boggling next to him, and he's holding up Lola. But yeah, I freaking love OT, dog. Original trilogy and original trilogy figures, yeah. This is my mega desk. There's your obligatory office reference for the video. Moving over here, change some stuff along, so I'm waiting to get more snow or some more sand troopers on the 2024 body. All right, we're moving into the Imperials. Got our dude back here, looking real nice. Too bad they won't make stuff like that anymore. But coming up in here, so we have a bunch of Imperial figures. I picked up that AT-ACT driver at the same toy store that I got the Executioner at. Minbomb Stormtrooper looking very, very nice. Love to see a Photoreal Krennic. That should be an archive one. Photoreal Krennic, come on. Not this other fickle stuff you're doing, like an archive Bo-Katan. Really, bruh? But yeah. Tarkin. Rampart with the inaccurate rank insignia plaque. Tala, real nice figure. Again, Isan Isard, please. Got an Imperial Lieutenant. Range troopers back there. Ferrix Trooper. Coming down, we have some more different colors, variations of Stormtroopers. Got to get a Carnor Jax to go with that Kyrkanos. But yeah, these are mostly the old Stormtrooper body, but we do have General Veers right there. Really, really, really good probe droid. Love that probe droid. Coming down, we got Scar Trooper Mike up there. Honestly, I don't think that they're going to do any more Scar Squadron figures. Like, I think that they're kind of done. Maybe they'll do Misty at some point, but sheesh. I don't know. It's going to take them a while to do that. Finish that off. At least we got those two. I don't even pose them together because I just know that Scar Squadron ain't going to be finished for a while. So I just got those two. I'm not loving this Stormtrooper pose. I think I just threw this up one day. But yeah, there's a Stormtrooper. Got a Scout Trooper behind him. That's the Archive Scout Trooper. The one that's up there is the 40th Anniversary Scout Trooper. And then, yeah, the one that's up there is actually the original Scout Trooper that came with the speeder bike. Sword Trooper's back there. The one to the far left is the Andor one. But yeah, I'm really loving this Stormtrooper body, man. This new Stormtrooper body, loving all this. This is one of the Stormtroopers that came with the Starkiller set, as well as that one. That one came with the Starkiller set as well. And I believe that's the 40th anniversary version. The thing is, I don't army build one particular release. I just get every single release of the Stormtrooper that they make. So I believe that one is a George Lucas Stormtrooper. That's, of course, obviously a George Lucas Stormtrooper. And that one is the original 2020 Mandalorian Stormtrooper. And then, of course, we have Creel. Then we have the other Mandalorian variants. Yeah, really cool looking. Over here, this is some late Empire. So I just have the Remnant Stormtrooper. These are all the Mandalorian stuff. I folded in the Mandalorian Imperials with the actual Greater Imperials. If you guys remember last year's, they used to be over here. Folded that in. There's the other Mandalorian characters, Moff Gideon and all that. Alright, here's a bunch of just, I mean, there's no other way to say it, just black Stormtroopers, black Imperials. So this is Crosshair. These are some Purge Troopers. Whatever happened to that archive, or to that rumored Purge Trooper set that they were going to do? The Jedi Fallen Order set that they had pipelined? What's going on with that? But yeah, they'd go over here. Be really nice to see them. They're all my Inquisitors, so that's 4th sister, 5th brother, main Inquisitor, 2nd sister, 3rd sister, 2nd sister. We gotta get the 9th sister and the Miri Allen one from Rebels. What was her name? 7th? Was that the 7th sister? The Rebels one who was executed by Maul. That'd be really cool. Oh, and back there I have the Boba, the prototype Boba, which should have been on the new body. There's no reason for that one to not be on the new body. It's crazy to think that they've only used that new Boba Fett sculpt once for another Boba Fett. Maybe they've used some pieces somewhere else, but yeah, that's ridiculous. All right, we're moving on to the centerpiece now. My favorite Jedi, Luke Skywalker. My favorite appearance form, which is, of course, the Death Star 2 appearance. We finally got that as a figure now. Real nice. This figure, okay, I will admit, it could be better. Like, the butterfly joints could be better designed, and the head sculpt could be better, but all in all, I do just love it. It's really awesome. Luke is always going to be the centerpiece of a Star Wars display that I have, just because it's Luke Skywalker, man. He's the hero. And now we finally have, can you imagine? Imagine telling somebody back in, like, 2015 that this is what the Black Series line would come to look like. We got Starkiller, we got Darth Revan, and we got Nihilus. I have those 3 characters next to each other on my shelf. Look at that. That is sick. You guys know my centerpiece. There's not much of a rhyme or reason to it other than it's just like maybe some of my personal favorite characters or characters that I feel like are important to the Star Wars story as a whole. Some of the most powerful. You know, most of what's up here is going to be Jedi or Jedi adjacent, but then other things are just around here just because I like them up here. Like my Revenge of the Sith Anakin is up here. I do feel like he's important to the Star Wars story, though, to be fair. I mean, he is the main character of Star Wars, isn't he? Ahsoka over there. That's the 2-pack version. I really do love the cloak on that. Some of their best soft goods. I will find a new place for that, though, because I'd like another figure to go there. But I do like Ahsoka. There's the Shadow Guard. Back there, this is an old Vader I picked up at the same comic shop I got, or the same toy store I got the other AT-ACT driver and the Executioner at. And as well as, I don't know if I mentioned her, but Bespin Escape Leia is back there if you rewind the video. Got her back there at that same shop. Picked up the Emperor's Wrath Darth Vader. That was like $15. It's crazy to think. There's some things that Vader does really differently. Like, I know it is old and mostly on the older body, but the head sculpt is different. The helmet sculpt is different. And I do like that they actually included the chain with that Return of the Jedi release of Vader. I would like for this one to have had the chain, but it is what it is. I do still think that this is probably my favorite Darth Vader I have up onto the shelf. Maybe the Empire Strikes Back version. But the other ones that we do have this year are really, really, really freaking good. Palpatine back there, all those guys are similar as how they looked last year. Did add Force Ghost Qui-Gon Jinn, one of my absolute favorite Jedi, and I feel like he's pretty important to Star Wars. But yeah, these guys are cool. Excited to see what other figures could go here. But yeah, I like this so far. This is really cool, man. I'm liking that. All right, moving over here. This is the main Mandalorian stuff. Mandoverse, whatever you want to call it. These are just some of the characters I feel like I'd like to keep. Even though I have grown kind of fatigued of like the modern Disney Star Wars shows and stuff like that, I do still love Star Wars, and I do really love The Mandalorian, especially the first couple seasons. So I got all this over here. And best believe, for a while there, that Luke was the centerpiece of my display as well, up until this Luke came along. But yeah, I love these guys. It's all really nice looking figures. Again, I don't have that new Mandalorian wave yet, or the Book of Boba Fett wave. But that Mando looks real good. I'm loving all the photos I'm seeing of him. There's Chrysanthemum. He's down for pretty cheap on Amazon right now. Go ahead and pick him up. Pretty nice. Mando's back here. Real cool looking. I don't think I had that X-Wolves at the time of last year's video, so there you go. Bad Batch Season 2 characters. Jackson Studios, thank you for enabling me to get these. I do like the head sculpts, though. They look far better than the Season 1 versions. But these guys better not change their outfits again in Season 3. That'd be crazy. There's Pre Vizsla. We gotta get the Mandalorian that's like the one that the Vintage Collection has. Like the one that has the handprint on the head. We gotta get that version. That'd be real sick. And I don't understand. Why did they use this new body? Or this old Jango body. Come on. That is a drag. Let's actually get that new Death Watch body being used. Okay. But down here, oh, sorry, I skipped over this place. We got the Snowspeeder here. Again, I'd love to get a new updated episode for Luke Skywalker. He'd go right up in there. But honestly, I just had trouble putting this Snowspeeder anywhere. Last time I had him over there. Now I got him over here. When that last command set comes in, I didn't want to put it over here. Originally, I was thinking about putting it over here, but this is going to be sort of my like Legends-ish post episode 6 section. So of course my last command set is going to go there with Jerusalem, which was crazy that he made it into a figure, by the way. After being on my wish list, that one was probably the least likely I thought was going to happen, but now we got him announced. So look at that. Got Jabba finally. This figure is huge. It's huge. And I still think that technically it is too small for 6 inches, isn't it? I remember somebody saying, but it is huge. Yeah, so I got him over here. This was the only place I was able to make him fit real close to the Separatists. To be fair, he was in the Clone Wars film and in the Clone Wars TV show. Got my Siege of Mandalore characters up there. I didn't have this new Maul at this time last year. I do still think that the old Master version from Battlefront, I do still like that one better than this. But to be fair, this one is also real good. Real good. Coming down. Cad Bane, one of my favorite figures, that particular version. Did I call him Cobb Vanth earlier? That might have been a mistake. Cad Bane. Here we go. All right, we're moving into the Separatists. We're actually going by pretty fast this year, I think. I think we're moving quickly, but we'll see. Usually these videos end up being like 40 minutes even after editing. So here's the Separatists. This is the General Grievous, the GameStop version. Again, I feel like Hasbro could have been way more ambitious and actually done a completely battle damaged version for a Battlefront Grievous, like the damn near destroyed version. Hopefully we'll get that one of these days. But this is cool. Got the Separatists back there. You already know that Super Battle Droid set just announced. You already know that they'd be going over here. And I bet that they're going to make countless variants of that Super Battle Droid. I really like to get one. I'd love to get one that has like a big, huge shoulder rocket or arm rocket, wrist rocket, because that would be sick. I loved those. I had one figure back in 2012, a Super Battle Droid that had like huge freaking wrist cannon, and I'd love to see that. And I believe that they're also in Jedi Survivor as well. So here we got Asajj Ventress. I'd really love to see a animated or the 2003 version of Asajj Ventress. That costume she also wore when she was betrayed by Dooku. But I'd also love to see a, like, you know, the Mythos Night Sister Asajj Ventress statue? That'd be sick if we got that as a figure. Or even just the Bounty Hunter appearance. Let's see that. I don't necessarily need a Dark Disciple version, though, with where she actually has hair. I think that appearance wasn't the best. But we do need a Quinlan Voss, though. And we got Grievous here. This space over here, I got my Revenge of the Sith Clone Commanders. This space is where I'd imagine, like, most of my Episode 3 stuff would go when they actually start making more. They finally have a Sidious announced from Episode 3. So, you know, we're right. We're there. We're there. We're getting close to that point. I imagine at least by 2025, we'll have a good amount of figures over here. But for now, I'm just messing around. Got some Clone Commandos over here. I don't mean to have this one up here. I'd only had 3 before. But I just have it because, I mean, I will sell off some of these Commandos because right now they're just standing in, they're just filling up space. But I do like that. And that can be like a pseudo Omega Squad, sort of, right? But hey, for $12, couldn't turn them down, man. Couldn't turn them down. It's pretty cool looking, though. I do like that, even though I will admit the body. Still, I'm not a big fan of the body at all. I do like the Hunter body. It's good for Hunter, but not for the Commandos. Yeah, but as I said, some Revenge of the Sith Clone Commanders. We got to get Bakara and Neo. What are they doing, man? Bakara and Neo. Let's get some 41st Elite Scout. Let's get a ATRT driver. 41st Elite landing platform. Airborne Trooper, obviously. I mean, I could keep going. Gale. All right, now we're getting into the clone section, so this is going to be us finishing off the self. We always finish off with the prequel characters, but I actually have opened up a new section all the way at the end, which you guys will see, and I am excited to show you. Forgive the camera for being a little shaky. I'm adjusting my ladder. Okay, so I can hold you guys up here. So there's the Season 1 Bad Batch. I have replaced the Omega head up there. That head sort of looks like Nathan Fielder to me. But it is better than the Season 1 head. I feel like the Season 1 head made her look like a fish with that figure. So, yeah, not great. I do like these. Got some Jedi over here. They got to make way more Jedi, bro. The fact that we're just getting to Kiadi. Like, why do we not have an Asian Kolar? Why do we not have a Sacy-10 even though I'd prefer the 2003 Clone Wars armored appearance? Why do we not have... well, we do have a Kit Fisto, don't we? Why do we not have an Adi Gallia or a Stasali? You know, let's be more ambitious with the prequel Jedi. Come on, Luminara, Barriss. I got plenty of clones, though. You guys will find that AliExpress has supplemented a lot of these up here. You will also find that when we get to Commander Wolf, I don't have the AliExpress Wolf pack because I'm tapped out on AliExpress clones now, especially with this new clone body, which is absolutely beautiful. It's made me realize that, I don't need too much of this old body anymore. I will start letting go of these old AliExpress clones to start making up space because the clone section is getting a bit too, you know, a bit too jumbled up, a bit too rich. And I will start letting go of these AliExpress ones in exchange for newer bodies. Like, we finally have a 187th Trooper now. Like, that's cool. Hasbro's getting a bit more ambitious with their clone stuff. They got that Clones of the Republic line, so I'm not worried about having to fill up this clone section. But I do love clones. Just not enough to get every single AliExpress version that there is. But they are some nice bootlegs, though, I will admit. Like, I do like this ARC Trooper, they call it. Yeah, it's all really cool stuff. But yeah, over here, we got most of the Ambara boys over here. Bad Batch Captain Rex. We need a Phase 1 Rex. Deeply, desperately. Jesse up there. Hawk. Real cool. Let's get a Warthog using that helmet. They don't have a lot of clone pilots. The fact that we have Hawk, but we don't have a Phase 1 clone pilot, crazy. And then moving into the 212th. I did paint the black line on a lot of my clones. I do have one original version of each, though, that I painted the black line onto. Like, I painted the black line onto 2 of the 3 of my Camino clones, but I have one without it. I have one Utapau trooper without the black line, and I have one shock trooper without the black line. But that, I will admit, the black brow does bring them into the realistic world a bit more, even on the older body. But yeah, I mean, I could say for every single clone here, let's get it onto the newer body, but that goes without saying. 5 is an Echo over here. Oh, my Jesse does have a custom helmet, by the way. Thank you to Jackson Studios for that custom helmet. That is so awesome. How much better that looks. Yeah, nah, this ain't it, cuz. That's not bringing it into a realistic style. That's y'all being lazy. Yeah, look at that, though. Man. I can't imagine looking at, like, my 2018 self getting back into collecting Star Wars Black Series and telling myself that I'd even have a clone Commander Obi-Wan. I'd have finally have a season 3 through 5 Ahsoka, my #1 on my wish list forever. I have 2 of this figure. This one has a weird right eye, as you can see. I do have another one though, but that one I have elsewhere. Oh, sorry, let's go back here. So there's the AliExpress Waxer and Boyle. I do like those 2. I don't think I'd let go of those. But other ones like that 212 Medic, I'd probably let go of, definitely. Got Hu Yang back here. Real cool looking. Space over here for more prequel characters. Here's the 2003 Grievous. There we got a custom Coruscant Guard Phase 1. Anakin and Obi-Wan and Padme. Episode 2 heroes over here. When the episode 1 Padme and Anakin go, they'll come over here somewhere. Got the 2003 Mace Windu. I will move one of these clones and put the 187th with them. And I'll probably put the Clone Wars Mace Windu over here with the wrist gauntlets. But it's cool that we have almost every single appearance of Mace Windu. Imagine if they did a naked Mace Windu from the Shatterpoint book when he was fighting those dudes naked in the shower. Probably still buy it though. Pause. Got a custom Denol. Thank you again, Jackson Studios. Go check out my Phase 1 custom video. I love Phase 1 design, bro. I like it better than Phase 2. I'm just going to keep it a stack with you to be real. Hasbro doesn't do enough of them. I'm moving over here. And then down here we got the rest of the Phase 1 clones. That's where they all ended up. So you got the Geonosis ones over here. Ayla Secura, because of course her death scene is probably the most famous, but I do remember her from Attack of the Clones very prominently. That's where I was like, huh, who's that one blue girl? She was walking so weird in that one scene where you pan up from the gunship and you're seeing like behind Yoda's like head. She was walking so weird when she was leading those clones just then. But yeah, no, I love Ayla Secura, one of my favorite Jedi. I think for all the wrong reasons. Okay. Bantha Squad clone, unofficial. It's a Hasbro design, but the rest of these are actual characters. Reese, Commander Stone, Mixer, Draw, Ordo. Even though some people will say that that's Fordo. I mean, technically the designer did want it to be a custom Fordo, but come on, it looks like the Null Arc Ordo. It just looks like him. And Hasbro will never make any Null Arcs. And I am saying that because they have made a Jerusa Bayoth. So maybe there's a chance. But they still haven't even done Phase 1 Rex yet, so I don't know. I have too much faith in them. Outer Rim Garrison. We don't have a Commander Keeley, though. Yeah, I got the Bomb Squad Trooper. Look at that. I just love these Phase 1s. Then you got Delta Squad back here. Commander Wolf. Still probably one of the best clone head sculpts. All that stuff is the same. I don't understand why we didn't get the last 2 ARC Troopers from Battlefront. Vintage Collection got all of them, but we didn't get the last 2. Oh, to be fair, neither of us has Cobalt Squad. But that's whatever. I moved my Aura Singh over here because I want to flesh out my Episode 1 section a bit more. They just make so few of those figures. Sith Apprentice Maul. And then this is the new section I'd opened up that I was referencing, my Old Republic / Knights of the Old Republic section. all of the really old figures would go over here. All the really like older Old Republic type stuff. Dawn of the Jedi, even if they do it. Like, we gotta get an Exar Kun in it. Wheelit Keldroma. You think that Hasbro will ever make those guys? I hope so. We got a Malgus, but to be fair, Malgus is definitely more notoriable than Exar Kun or Wheelit Keldroma. Like, but come on, let's get those guys. Yeah, so we got plenty of space to open up here. But honestly, that's it. So yeah, there we go. That's all the ground that we've covered today. Look at that. 2023 Star Wars Black Series Collection video in the books. This is 3 weeks late. I meant to do this video a while back. Like, this video is supposed to be out like at the beginning of like December. But I had a bunch of stuff that I still had in box, and I finally am on Christmas break, senior year of high school, so I finally had time to actually get around and take care of everything I needed to take care of and film this video, put all the figures up onto the shelf that were remaining. I do still have some figures off of the shelf. I've sold off the holiday clones, so they're not over here. I've let go of some Star Wars Black Series figures this year, but hey, I think 2023 is probably the best year for the Star Wars Black Series. I'd say 2020, you guys know how much I love 2020, but 2023, man, they hit it out of the park. Like, even just going from left to right, look at that. Malgus, Bastila Shan, we got Darth Malik, we got Clone Wars Ahsoka Season 3 version. We got 5s, so we got all the 501st ARC Troopers. Like, moving over here. We got a Super Battle Droid on the way. Kiadi Mundi on the way. You got a really nice looking Black Chrysanthemum. Jabba the Hutt re-released, man. Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker. What's his name? Starkiller. Galen Merrick. Qui-Gon Jinn, Force Ghost version, even though, okay, I will admit, that's probably a weaker point that I have. And, I mean, man, there's just so many good figures this year, so many great additions that you can add to your collection. Like, even the stuff that I didn't pick up, like the Maroc, really nice looking figures, really good looking figures that we got going on here. So even though the Black Series line is, it's a controversial thing, they do some really weird stuff. I will say that, honestly, I am proud of what they've put out this year. Definitely better than 2022. Way better than 2021, even though 2021 was good. Not as good as 2020, but I'd say this year in 2020 in contention for some of the best years for the line. Back down, tell me your most anticipated Star Wars Black Series figures and tell me your favorite from this year. I think I will do a top 10 Star Wars Black Series of 2023 video, but that's to come. That's for the future. That's future stuff that we're talking about. Let me get the Marvel Legends Collection display video taken care of before that, because I know that y'all have been asking for that. And of course, I always do my best to get the full collection in view for you guys. That's the best I can do, though. That's the best I can do. If I try zooming out like that. There we go. That's the full collection, but yeah, I hate zooming out with the iPhone. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe out there. And although I'm leaving, the Force will be with you always. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I'll see y'all.